Okay, so very good morning, students.
Good
Hello.
morning. Good morning.
Yeah,
Good morning, sir.
good morning, good morning. Students, today we are supposed to start with the last module. The last module from my side, that is the Fourier series and Fourier transform. It is the second module in your syllabus and the last module for me, because after that, then Sukanya ma'am will be taking the charge. So, before I start with this particular topic, like what do you mean by Fourier series and what is Fourier spectra and what is Fourier transform, I want to see a video. Like, just have a look at it. I hope.
The x-coordinate represents the cosine of theta, and the y-coordinate represents the sine of theta. The angle theta can range anywhere between negative infinity and positive infinity. This two-dimensional pattern is what we refer to as a sine wave. We can change the sine wave's amplitude, phase, and frequency. Suppose we have two sine waves that are identical except for the fact that they have different amplitudes. If we add these two sine waves together, the result can be represented graphically as shown. Now, suppose that the two sine waves also have different phases. The sum of these two waveforms can be represented graphically like this. So long as the two sine waves have the same frequency, their sum will always be another sine wave of the exact same frequency, but with a different amplitude and phase. Now, suppose that the two sine waves also have a different frequency. If we add together sine waves of different frequencies, then the resultant waveform is no longer a sine wave. We can add together three sine waves. we can add together 4 sine waves. We can add together 5 sine waves. In fact, we can add together an infinite number of sine waves. Here, by adding together an infinite number of sine waves, we have produced a pattern that looks like this.
Okay, so students, I hope you have gone through the entire video and try to get some insights of it. So can anyone be so volunteer and let me know what you have understood from this? A summary, like what you have seen in this video and what is your say on this?
So we could say that a square wave is a summation of an infinite number of sine waves.
Okay, a square wave is a summation of infinite number of sine waves. Okay, okay, very good. Any other person can try? Yes, yes, yes.
Sir, we can say that uh, for any kind of a signal, if we try to uh, split it into multiple parts, we will be getting multiple sine waves. So let's say if we have a square wave and if we try to split into parts which to see that which are the waves which created this square waves, so we will get multiple sine waves.
Okay, okay, fine. So, dear students, you have rightly understood, like when we try to add multiple sine waves, fine, multiple sine wave का मतलब ये होता है, अगर यहाँ पे आप देखते हो, sir, first what you see here, a 4 by pi, right? Then you have 4 by 3 pi, then you have 4 upon 5 pi, then you have 4 upon 7 pi, and so on. तो ये जो आपको दिख रहा है ना सर, 4 by pi, 4 upon 3 pi, 4 upon 5 pi, 4 upon 7 pi are the amplitudes. Okay. Then you see here theta, 3 theta, 5 theta, 7 theta, and so on. ये जो आपको जो दिख रहा है theta, 3 theta, 5 theta, these are the frequencies, right? Okay. Now, सबसे पहले आपके यहाँ पे क्या दिख रहा है? Sin theta. The first part which you are able to see here is sin theta. So can I say sine 1 theta? Is it okay? Instead of calling sine theta, can I call sine of 1 into theta? That 1 corresponds to fundamental frequency, fundamental. Okay. Then you have sine 3 theta. So here 3 corresponds to third harmonic. Okay. 5 corresponds to fifth harmonic. 7 corresponds to seventh harmonic. 9 corresponds to ninth harmonic, and so on. Okay. Now you may ask, sir, यहाँ पे 1 है, 3 है, 5 है. What about 2, 4, 6? Where are they? Yes, I will say even harmonics are absent in this case. Even harmonics are absent in this case. Only odd harmonics are available. Only odd harmonics are present. And we can see here that as the frequency goes on increasing, from theta to 3 theta, 5 theta, 7 theta, the amplitude goes on decreasing. देखिए ना यहाँ पे 4 by pi था, 4 upon 3 pi हो गया, डिनोमिनेटर पार्ट इंक्रीज हो गया, डिनोमिनेटर पार्ट और इंक्रीज हो गया, डिनोमिनेटर पार्ट और इंक्रीज हो गया. तो क्या हम ये कह सकते हैं कि एम्पलीट्यूड डिक्रीज होते जा रहा है? जैसे जैसे मैं आगे बढ़ना शुरू करूंगा, जैसे जैसे फ्रीक्वेंसी बढ़ेगा, वैसे वैसे एम्पलीट्यूड कम होना शुरू होता है. Fine, this is what we have seen over there. And eventually this addition, this results into a square wave. Now ये क्या था एक्चुअल में, मैं बेसिकली क्या कहना चाहते हैं इसको हम लोग समझने की कोशिश करते हैं. So before I proceed with this, I want you to see a one more video which will be able to see here. एक स्क्वायर यहाँ पे दिख रहा है, कैसा दिख रहा है? Okay. Now, my dear friend, can you help me out? What is the difference between this particular video which you are observing right now and this video? क्या फर्क है दोनों में? क्या आप मुझे बता सकते हो ये वाले वीडियो में जो अभी हमने देखा और इसमें क्या अंतर है? The first
Sir, यहाँ पे
difference which you can see here, yes, Ishan.
Sir, we have only taken four distinct frequencies here. There we took infinite number of them.
Okay, so what is the effect? You're on the right track, beta. What is the effect?
Sir, it's almost a square wave, but not like a precise square wave.
Exactly. Means here,
Some ripples
I-
are present over there.
yes, in this case, in this video, we are taking infinite number of frequencies. क्या मैं ऐसे बोल सकता हूँ कि मैं यहाँ पे ज्यादा हार्मोनिक्स कंसिडर कर रहा हूँ, बट यहाँ पे इन दिस प्रीवियस वीडियो, ये वाले वीडियो में मैं ज्यादा हार्मोनिक्स कंसिडर नहीं कर रहा हूँ. आई एम ओनली टेकिंग फंडामेंटल फ्रीक्वेंसी एंड द रिमेनिंग 3 हार्मोनिक्स ओनली. आई एम नॉट कंसिडरिंग हायर हार्मोनिक्स. मैं आगे के हायर हार्मोनिक्स को कंसिडर नहीं करता हूँ. दैट इज द रीजन आपको यहाँ पे थोड़ा डिस्टॉर्टेड वेव फॉर्म मिल रहा है. आई होप द थिंग्स आर इजी एंड अंडरस्टैंडेबल टू यू. सर ओके, मतलब कुछ थोड़ा बहुत समझ रहा है कि साइन वेव को यूज करके यहाँ पर ये कुछ स्क्वायर वेव जनरेट करने की कोशिश करता है. मैं आपको एक चीज बताता हूं, अगर आपको याद होगा सर, दैट व्हेन यू गाइज लर्न एनालॉग इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स, लेट मी गिव अ वेरी सिंपल एग्जांपल फ्रॉम दैट. ओके, जब आपने एनालॉग इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स सीखा, ओके, मे बी आपको स्नेहा में मैडम ने सिखाया होगा या राठौड़ सर, whomsoever, आपको ये कहा गया जब उन्होंने ये स्टार्ट किया, बेटा व्हाट इज दिस, तो आपने कहा अरे सर दिस इज अ डायोड, दिस इज एनोड, दिस इज कैथोड, दिस इज ए, दिस इज के. फिर आप ही से कोई बच्चे ने पूछा सर बहुत डर लग रहा है सर, कुछ भी समझ नहीं रहा है सर, व्हाट इट इज डायोड. अरे कुछ नहीं है बेटा, बहुत सिंपल है, डायोड इज नथिंग बट अ स्विच. डायोड इज नथिंग बट अ स्विच. अ स्विच कैन बी a closed switch like this case, or switch can be like an open switch like this. खत्म. फॉरवर्ड बेस में ऐसा बोलने का, रिवर्स बेस में ऐसा बोलने का. फिर वही सर ने आप लोगों को सिखाया ट्रांजिस्टर. जब उन्होंने आपको ट्रांजिस्टर सिखाया ना, सेम डायलॉग उन्होंने वहां पे रिपीट किया. अरे बेटा कुछ नहीं है, इट इज सिंपली अ 2 डायोड कनेक्टेड बैक टू बैक, लाइक यू हैव N, you have P, you have N, and then you call this as emitter, then you call this as base, you call this as collector. So now you can connect 2 diode like this back to back. तो क्या सर अगर मुझे लेमिंगटन रोड में अगर मैं चले जाता हूँ, इफ आई गो टू लेमिंगटन रोड एंड इफ आई टेल दैट शॉपकीपर कि मुझे ट्रांजिस्टर दे दो, लेमिंगटन रोड मुझे बोलता है कि भाई आई डोंट हैव अ ट्रांजिस्टर, लॉकडाउन चल रहा है, ट्रांजिस्टर इज नॉट अवेलेबल विथ मी. ठीक है, काम कर, मुझे 2 डायोड दे दे, मैं घर लेके जाता हूँ, आई विल कनेक्ट 2 डायोड बैक टू बैक एंड आई यूज दैट पर्टिकुलर ट्रांजिस्टर एज एन एम्पलीफायर. इज इट ओके सर? कैन आई हैव a switch to work as a diode? Can I have two diodes to work as a transistor? Yes or no? बताइए. Instead of a diode, can I use a switch to work as a diode? Instead of a transistor, can I use 2 diodes and use it as a transistor? Yes or no? Tell me that.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes sir.
No.
Why no? अभी 2 आंसर आ रहे हैं यहाँ पे.
सर
कोई yes बोल रहा है,
डोपिंग
कोई
में
no बोल
फर्क
रहा है.
होता है ना.
ओके, डोपिंग में फर्क होता है. ओके, आपने यहाँ पे कहा
ट्रांजिस्टर
तो,
के बेस में ट्रांजिस्टर का बेस एकदम थिन होता है और
ओके,
कलेक्टर में
अगर
एमिटर
आपको
कलेक्टर
याद
में
होगा बेटा, यहाँ
कंपैरेटिव
पे आपको
ज्यादा
याद होगा, यहाँ पे आपने क्या लिखा था मालूम है? दिस इज N, दिस इज P, एंड दिस इज P, एंड दिस इज N, एंड देन यू कनेक्ट दिस एंड यू गेट दिस काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर. करेक्ट ना? सेम स्ट्रक्चर. जब आपने डायोड पढ़ा था, आई डोंट थिंक कि आपको किसी ने ये कहा होगा कि देखो डायोड का एनोड जो है वो लंबा होता है, डायोड का कैथोड जो है वो छोटा होता है,
Yes, sir.
उन्होंने कभी साइज
Yes,
का
sir.
बात नहीं किया. लेकिन when
Sir,
they talk about transistor, at that time they talk about size as well. कि emitter is moderate in size, base is thin in size, collector large in size, emitter heavily doped, P is lightly doped, N is moderately doped. बट यहाँ पे ना डोपिंग की बात हुआ था, ना यहाँ पे कभी उन लोगों ने साइज का बात किया था. So don't you think the size and doping do matter when you have a transistor working as an amplifier? Yes, it matter a lot. It matter a lot. So do you think this kind of model will help me over there? क्या मुझे help करेगा ये same? Will this help me to work as an amplifier instead of using this as an amplifier? No, not at all. A big no to it. Yes.
चलिए हाइपोथेटिकली हम बोल सकते हैं ना, मतलब ऐसे मतलब पॉसिबल तो है नहीं सर, क्योंकि बेस काफी बड़ा आ जाएगा अगर एनपीएन ट्रांजिस्टर भी होगा.
करेक्ट. यस ऋतिक, यू आर राइट. मींस कहने का मतलब ये है कि प्रैक्टिकली ऐसा पॉसिबल नहीं है. प्रैक्टिकली आप इसको यूज नहीं कर सकते. अगर समझो मेरे पास में एक स्विच है, मैं बोलूंगा ये स्विच जो है ना, मैकेनिकल स्विच इज एक्टिंग लाइक अ डायोड. नो, नॉट इट पॉसिबल. यू कांट हैव अ स्विच टू वर्क एज अ रेक्टिफायर. आपने पढ़ा होगा हाफ वेव रेक्टिफायर, आपने पढ़ा होगा फुल वेव रेक्टिफायर, आपने पढ़ा होगा ब्रिज रेक्टिफायर, आपने पढ़ा होगा क्लिपर, आपने पढ़ा होगा क्लैंपर. कैन आई यूज अ स्विच ओवर देयर and that switch will working as a clipper? Is it possible? Can you have a clamper with just a switch over there? Can you have a bridge rectifier by just putting a button over there? Is it possible? No, not at all. फिर क्वेश्चन ये उठता है कि फिर क्यों हमको ऐसा बेवकूफ बनाया गया, फिर हमको क्यों ऐसा कहा गया कि देख बेटा ये जो है ये है, और देखो ये जो है ना बेटा ये है. Why we have been fooled? What is the reason behind that?
To make
Have
things
they
simple
fooled
for
us, or there is some logic behind that? Can you let me know now?
So
Yes.
just for the sake of understanding, we
Exactly.
were taught like
Exactly, just for the sake of understanding. Because जब आप लोगों ने डायोड पढ़ा तो वो टाइम पे स्विच वाज लाइक अरे सिंपल है यार, स्विच तो बचपन से पढ़ते आ रहे, स्कूल डेज में पढ़ा था हम लोगों ने, टैप की, पुश की, प्लग की, यू आर अवेयर ऑफ. फाइन, हमारे घर के अंदर ही बटन होता है. अरे पंखे का बटन चालू कर देना, लाइट का बटन चालू कर देना, यू नो बटन्स वेरी वेल. तो अगर अब मैं ये कहता हूँ कि बेटा कुछ नहीं है, डायोड इज नथिंग बट अ स्विच, तो थिंग्स बिकम्स इजी फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड. Similarly, when you studied transistor at that time, diode was like very easy for you because you know what is a diode, what is a forward bias, what is a reverse bias, you know how to use a diode, you know everything about it. That is the reason when you learned about transistor, that was very easy for you to understand. So that's what I'm trying to say कि अगर समझो मैं आपको ये कह दूं कि यहाँ पर मैंने एक सिग्नल बना दिया जो कि स्क्वायर वेव है, तो आप बोलोगे अरे यार सर क्या बना दिया सर, डर लग रहा है देख के. अरे कुछ नहीं है बेटे, नथिंग बट साइन वेव. हाँ साइन पता है सर, बचपन से पढ़ते आ रहे हम लोग, साइन भी पढ़ा है, कॉस भी पढ़ा है, सामने फिर फॉर्मूलाज भी देखा है, साइन ए प्लस बी, कॉस ऑफ ए प्लस बी, 2 साइन ए कॉस बी. वी नो वेरी वेल अबाउट साइन एंड कॉस बिकॉज साइन एंड कॉस इज लाइक अवर फ्रेंड्स, राइट? बट स्क्वायर वेव, सॉ टूथ, triangular wave or something new for us. So that is the only reason, for sake of understanding. You have been told, fine, just make the thing very easy for you. You have been told that a square wave is nothing but sine wave. Fine. Triangular wave is nothing but combination of sine and cosines. A sawtooth is nothing but a combination of sine and cosine. The things becomes easy for you to understand. ऐसा नहीं है कि rather having a square wave you can have infinite number of sine wave and then you can use it as a signal for your amplification purpose. No, not possible. It is just for the understanding purpose. Okay? जैसे यहाँ पे अगर मैं आपको वीडियो दिखाता हूँ, ये वाला वीडियो आप देखिए. If I talk about a sawtooth waveform, the same thing is applicable for sawtooth as well. Okay. See, this is a sine wave. Now just have a look at it. see the number of sine waves he's using, and those sine waves are having different amplitudes, and they are made to move with different frequencies in such a way that the resultant comes out to be a sawtooth. Understood? So this combination of sines and cosines in such a way so that I get a desired waveform, we call this as a Fourier series. Understood the meaning of that? अभी एक चीज यहाँ पे समझना बहुत जरूरी है कि साइन हो या फिर कोसाइन हो, वर्डिंग सुनिए सर, साइन हो या फिर कोसाइन हो, both are periodic in nature. You have studied periodic waveform well by Sukanya ma'am. She has taught you well what is a periodic wave, what is a periodic signal. Fine. जब बेटा खुद ही periodic है और वो बेटे को यूज करके you're going to construct a desired waveform, so don't you think the desired waveform has to be periodic in nature? Yes or no? The desired waveform which you're going to draw, which you're going to plot over here, has to be mandatorily a periodic, because sine, cosine itself are periodic in nature. Means, don't you think the desired waveform, if it is non-periodic, you cannot have a Fourier series estimation of that? Can I infer such kind of statements? Yes or no? Okay, I think you don't have an answer for it. No problem. If you don't want to participate, no problem. I will start with my lecture. It seems to be wasting my time in going to the practical approach. पहले बोलना था ना मुझे कि you guys don't want these things to. I will directly start with the lecture then. Anyway, so we'll be starting with the Fourier series. So the name of the person who invented Fourier series was Jean-Baptiste Joseph Fourier. He was a French mathematician, 1768 birth, 1830 he passed away. So this is the era where he has invented called as Fourier series, around like 200 years ago. We are learning things. Okay. Fourier series are used for periodic signals. We got the answer here itself, correct? Because obviously sine, cosine, both are periodic in nature. So obviously the resultant has to be periodic in nature. Otherwise, I can't generate a non-periodic waveform. Are used to expand them in terms of their harmonics. We have seen what do you mean by harmonic. Fine. In terms of harmonics, जैसे यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने देखा, like theta is a fundamental frequency. 3 theta, 5 theta, 7 theta, 9 theta, all are odd harmonics of sines. Okay, you can even go for cosine as well, no problem as such. Fine. So which are sinusoidal? Sinusoidal means can be involving sine or cosines, and they are orthogonal to one another. Correct? Now, obviously you know very well, like orthogonal means 90 degree. So sine and cos, there are 90 degree phase shift with each other. That is the reason we say Fourier series are used for periodic signals to expand them in terms of their harmonics, which are sinusoidal and orthogonal to one another. Now, understand this. If you have a periodic signal, obviously it has to be periodic. तभी तो आपका Fourier series possible है. Periodic signal are of two types. One we have continuous time, another we have is discrete time. Already studied much more in detail what is continuous time and discrete time. For continuous time, we have continuous time Fourier series, and for discrete time, you have a discrete time Fourier series. So when we study discrete time, at that time we'll be discussing what is DTFS. Okay. Currently, we are only supposed to focus mainly on CTFS, that is continuous time Fourier series. But what if I have a non-periodic signal? Because all real world examples, all real world signals are non-periodic in nature. Like the way I'm speaking to you, my speech signal is a non-periodic signal. ECG waveform, seismic waveform, EMG signals, all are non-periodic in nature because they are not going to repeat at each and every time. It is non-periodic in nature. The question arises, if Fourier is only speaking about periodic signal, then what about non-periodic? So for that, we have another tool available with us. So if non-periodic signal are of CT, all it is of DT, then we have CT as continuous time Fourier transform, and for discrete time you have discrete time Fourier transform, right? Now the question do arises that we have studied in our syllabus Laplace transformation. Then what is the difference between a Laplace transform, Fourier transform, Fourier series, and you'll be learning maybe in DSP, or we say like digital signal processing, Z transform. So what is the difference between that? So first, coming to Fourier series, it could be a Viva question. You should be aware of like what is the difference between a Fourier series, a Fourier transform, Laplace transform, and a Z transform. Coming first to Fourier series. Anyways, we have get the complete insight. What do you mean by Fourier series? Fourier series are specifically used to get the expansion of a given periodic signal in terms of sines and cosines. So I think that is clear for us, and we have seen a video pertaining to that as well. Question arises, then what is a Fourier transform? Fourier transform is for non-periodic signal. That is okay. But if I talk about the formula goes like x of omega, like the way we had in case of Laplace transformation. In Laplace, we were having capital X of S equal to Laplace of chotu x of t. So this capital X corresponds to signal in frequency domain, right? And we know very well, we have studied as well like how to get the frequency transform and back to time domain. What is the motivation? I'm moving towards frequency transformation. Like what is the reason? Agar nahi pata hai, you go through the video of 17th of February on YouTube. You'll come to know which video which I will upload over there. आप वहाँ पे जाके वीडियो देख सकते हैं कि why do we go for the frequency transformation and what is the need of that, like why time domain frequency and what is the difference between the two. Anyways, so we have seen over there that x of s equal to Laplace of x of t, wherein x of t is in time domain, capital X of s is in frequency domain. Then the formula goes like it is x of t, again x of t in time domain, multiplied by e raised to minus of s into t. What is this s? This s is a complex variable, wherein it is given as sigma, the real part, plus j, an imaginary operator, and omega. And what is omega? Omega is radian per second, angular frequency. Formula given as 2 pi f. Fine. We already studied omega in 12th standard, 12th physics 1, chapter 1, circular motion. Okay. So we had s equal to sigma plus j omega, where s is complex variable, sigma is a real part, and j omega is an imaginary part. Fine. Means यहाँ पे आपने चीज नोट किया होगा कि जब कभी भी हम लोग लैपलास की बात करते हैं, we have the continuous time signal x of t, and then it is multiplied by e raised to minus of st. Now, since the signal is continuous in nature, that is the reason I need to put here integration sign. एक चीज को याद रखिए, जब कभी भी कंटिन्यूस की बात होती है, इंटीग्रेशन आने वाला है. अगर डिस्क्रीट होता है तो यहाँ पे समेशन का साइन आता है. यहाँ पे कंटिन्यूस था, इसलिए मैं लैप्लास यूज करने वाला हूं. जब हम डिस्क्रीट पढ़ेंगे वो टाइम पे आई विल बी यूजिंग z ट्रांसफॉर्म. द फॉर्मूला गोज लाइक अगेन x of z equal to summation. Why summation? Because it is discrete in nature. X of n, यहाँ पे क्या था? x of t था. यहाँ पे it was x of t. Now here it is what? X of n into z of minus n. Basically, what is z? Z is also one of the complex variable, like the way we had s as complex variable. So only difference in case of Laplace and in case of z transform is like both are just analogous and similar to each other. Just the way we have Laplace, the similar way we will be having z transform. The only difference, z transform is for discrete signal, summation sign आने वाला है वहां पे. यहाँ पे continuous signal होता है, integration यहाँ पे आता है. यहाँ पे s होता है, we have s here, and here we have z here. Fine. And both are used for designing purpose. Why designing? Because here if you see, this s is what? S is sigma plus j omega. Means you have real part as well as imaginary part. Fine. And we have seen, we have used this particular Laplace transform, and depending upon the characteristic equation of a transfer function. What is the characteristic equation of a transfer function? The denominator part equated to 0, which gives the poles of a transfer function. And depending upon the poles, we say whether a system is stable, unstable, or marginally stable. So like by taking that part into consideration, where we know the system response, where we know system behavior, where we know system stability, I can design a system. That is the main motivation why I take Laplace transformation and Z transformation in case of continuous or discrete respectively. Now coming to Fourier transform. So Fourier transform is like a subset of Laplace transformation. Why it is so? Because here even if you check, it is for continuous x of t, integration sign prevails as it was in the case of Laplace. The only difference, instead of taking s as a whole complex variable like sigma plus j omega, I'm only taking j omega part into consideration. Means I'm ignoring real axis parameter. Means sigma here equated to 0. So here I only have here is what? Minus of j omega t. Okay. So here can I say, since I'm not using sigma, I can't plot ROC. अगर आपको याद होगा ROC हम लोग रियल एक्सिस को लेके हम लोग ROC प्लॉट किया करते थे, रीजन ऑफ कन्वर्जेंस. The way we used to plot ROC for Laplace transform, the way I'll be plotting ROC for Z transform, but I can't plot ROC for Fourier transform because Fourier transform only deals with frequency itself, only deal with the imaginary part. It doesn't talk about real part at all. Is it clear to you? Why? Because you have seen here what we have. Sin, cos भी आने वाला आगे चल के. यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हैं ऑड हार्मोनिक्स आपको दिख रहा है, 3 है, 5 है, 7 है. आगे चल के आपको इवन हार्मोनिक्स भी आने शुरू होगा. तो कहीं ना कहीं मुझे ये नोटिफिकेशन नहीं मिल रहा, कहीं ना कहीं मुझे ये हिंट नहीं मिल रहा है कि यहाँ पे रियल पार्ट का बात ही नहीं हो रहा है. वो सिर्फ साइन की बात करता है, कोसाइन की बात कर, फ्रीक्वेंसी की बात करता है. तो यहाँ पे दैट इज द रीजन Fourier transform is only used for analyzing the waveform. It's only used for analysis, wherein Laplace transform, Z transform are basically used for designing, because that have sigma part involved, real part involved. I can plot ROC and comment on system response, system stability, and system behavior. I hope now you have understood the basic difference between a Fourier series, Fourier transform, Laplace transform, and Z transform. It could be a Viva question or can be an interview question during a placement. You should be able to answer it, like why it is so. Fine, okay. Now, फिर सवाल ये उठता है कि हमने यहाँ पर क्या कहा? I made a statement here that Fourier transform is a subset of Laplace transformation. Fourier transform is a subset of Laplace transformation. Let's try to derive a relationship between a Laplace transform and a Fourier transform. At one side, you will be saying me कि सर क्यों इतना आप मेहनत कर रहे हो? सिंपल है सर, सिग्मा यहाँ पे 0 कर देना है. The moment I make sigma equal to 0, definitely Laplace will be as good as Fourier. Yes, just have a look at it. You have Laplace x of t equal to minus infinitive to plus infinitive x of t dot e raised to minus st dt, wherein s equal to sigma plus j omega. Now you substitute the value of s, sigma plus j omega, over here. Where I have to substitute? In this case, like s. So just I substitute over here sigma plus j omega t. Now we know very well e raised to minus of sigma plus j omega t can be broken down, can be written as e raised to minus of sigma t multiplied by e raised to minus of j omega t. Now I just put this bracket so that I come to know, don't you think this entire term is now getting similarity with this Fourier transform, right? You have here e raised to minus j omega t. You have here e raised to minus j omega t. Same thing, are you able to see here e raised to minus j omega t? Here you have only x of t, and here you have x of t multiplied by e raised to minus sigma t. So can I say these red color brackets indicate pure x of t? That x of t is another signal, for example. So can I say that this is a Fourier transform? The right hand side is a Fourier transform of this particular function. x of t dot e raised to minus sigma t. Fine. So can I say Laplace of x of t is actually the Fourier transform of the original signal x of t multiplied by e raised to minus real part sigma into t. Fine. Now, if I have s as purely imaginary, कहाँ से आया? यहीं से समझ देख के समझ जाता है ना यहाँ पे कि sigma equal to 0, sigma is equal to 0, then obviously s will be equal to j omega, which comes over here. So similar way, if I say if my s plane is purely an imaginary plane, that is s equal to 0 plus j omega, that is sigma equal to 0. If I substitute here sigma equal to 0, so don't you think I can now say Laplace of x of t is equal to Fourier of x of t? Because obviously e raised to 0 will give me 1. Fine. So I can say x of s equal to x of omega. X of s equal to x of omega. Fine. X of s equal to x of omega. Now from this, I hope you might have understood that since I'm ignoring, I am nullifying the real part, hence I'm using Fourier only for analysis purpose, and Laplace I'm using for designing purpose, because Laplace have the sigma as well as the omega part too. Like it have two parts over there, real as well as imaginary. That is the basic difference between a Laplace transform and a Fourier transform. Guys, don't make a confusion. Don't create a confusion between Fourier series and Fourier transform. दो अलग-अलग चीज है. Because many students have that confusion. Fourier series, Fourier transform is same. No, they are completely different. Fourier series are only used for periodic signals and Fourier transform are used for non-periodic signals. ये पहला डिफरेंस है. दूसरा डिफरेंस ये दोनों के फॉर्मूले में भी बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस है. फॉर्मूला हम लोग देखते हैं कि फॉर्मूला क्या आने वाला है. फॉर्मूले पे आपको दिखा देता हूं मैं फोरियर सीरीज का फॉर्मूला क्या होने वाला है, और फोरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म का फॉर्मूला ऑलरेडी हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे देखा है. So I hope you have understood now the idea, like why I'm using Laplace, Fourier series and Z transform. Fine. And also we have deduced a relationship between Laplace and Fourier. You can expect a question based on this. You can derive the relation between Laplace and Fourier. Maybe in your EACs or maybe during your end sem examination or engineering service examination. EACs में ये generally question ऐसा पूछा जाता है. Okay. Now coming to harmonics. What is harmonic? So like obviously, like when you look at this video, I have given some intuitions to you, like what is basically harmonic is all about. So we call this as a fundamental frequency. I call this as a third harmonic, the fifth harmonic, seventh harmonic, ninth harmonic, and so on. And if you try to look at this, that the fundamental frequency is having larger amplitude compared to other. So can I say that since the fundamental frequency or the third harmonic, fifth harmonic are dominant in nature, so I can ignore the remaining lower amplitude, higher harmonics. Yes, like the way I done in the case of this video. जैसे वीडियो हम लोगों ने देखा था, ये वीडियोस के अंदर हमने क्या देखा वहां पे, that they had reduced it. Agreed. ईशान ने बहुत सही लैंग्वेज यूज किया, सर like you are getting a distorted square wave, but you're not getting a perfect square wave the way we are getting here. जैसे यहाँ पे आपको perfect waveform आ रहा था, वैसे आपको वीडियो में परफेक्ट वेवफॉर्म आपको नहीं मिल रहा था, बिकॉज वहां पे ही हैज इग्नोर्ड द रिमेनिंग द हार्मोनिक्स, बिकॉज उसने वहां पे क्या दिमाग लगाया कि देखिए यहाँ पे कि दिस आर ऑफ लार्जर एम्पलीट्यूड्स एंड द हार्मोनिक्स आर नॉट प्लेइंग दैट मच अमाउंट ऑफ रोल, तो ही इग्नोर्ड इट, राइट. फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे आप देखते हो, जैसे यहाँ पे मैंने वेवफॉर्म बनाकर दिखाने की कोशिश किया है कि ये जो मेरा जो वेवफॉर्म है, द स्क्वायर वेव इज एक्चुअली द एक्सपेक्टेड वेवफॉर्म, थियोरेटिकल वेवफॉर्म. And when I use by means of harmonics and try to focus over there, you can see the first red color, जो आपको दिख रहा है red color sine wave, is more dominant in nature. And as I start drawing other this thing like second harmonic, third harmonic, and so on, so they are becoming like suppressed. So that is the reason I'm ignoring them. So I can say this is the fundamental frequency sine of omega t. Then I have a second harmonic available here. Then I have a third harmonic available over here. So this is the even harmonic. This one is like odd harmonic. So I can say this is 3. 3 is what? 3 is the it is the amplitude. Again, 5 is an amplitude for the third harmonic or the odd harmonic. So 3 is the amplitude for second harmonic. 2 is the amplitude for fundamental frequency, and so on. Fine. Now, after we understood this, like we have seen that For a periodic signal, I need a Fourier series so that I can represent Fourier series in that particular fashion. Fine, at all were goody goody कुछ चीजें देखा हम आप लोगों के ठीक है चल ऐसा कुछ होता है. But do you think this is applicable for every waveform? जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे आपको एक दिखाया था कि जैसे for example I have a square waveform like here, like this is a square waveform here. For example, suppose if I draw a triangular waveform, okay. Suppose if I draw a sawtooth waveform, fine. तो आप बोलते रहे यार ये तो बहुत मजे की चीज दिखा रहे सर आपने, मतलब कोई भी वेवफॉर्म अगर मैं लेकर आता हूँ, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल समझो मैंने कुछ ऐसा वेवफॉर्म लेकर आया, लाइक जस्ट लेट मी शो केस समथिंग लाइक दिस काइंड. ऐसा कुछ वेवफॉर्म अगर मैं लेकर आता, तो क्या मैं कहूंगा कि ये वेवफॉर्म को मैं फूरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म से बना के दिखाता हूं आपको, तो कुछ तो कंडीशंस होगा, राइट? देयर आर सम कंडीशंस बेस्ड ऑन व्हाट वेदर अ गिवन वेवफॉर्म इज सॉल्वेबल और नॉट सॉल्वेबल. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैं आपको कहता हूं कि सर 2 into 2 क्या आंसर आएगा, आप बोलोगे 2 2 4, सर कुछ भी पूछ रहे हो. बट इफ आई आस्क यू लाइक 2 1 2 1 2 2 2 2 into 2 इज इट पॉसिबल? बोले सर कितना बड़ा सम दे रहे हो सर, ये हाउ इट इज सॉल्व. कैलसी भी कभी कभी शर्मा के बोल देता है आपको कांट सॉल्व, अगर आपने नोटिस किया होगा. So like how it is possible, like on what grounds and what condition is these things are possible, like कि कब फूरियर सीरीज यूज कर सकते हो कब नहीं यूज कर सकते हो. तो इसके लिए मैं थोड़ा हिस्ट्री में आपको लेके चलता. दैट इज द रीजन आई टॉक लिटिल बिट अबाउट हिस्ट्री. दैट 1768 1830 was Fourier was available at that particular phase of the life. In 1805 to 1859, 1805 to 1859, मतलब यहाँ पे आप समझ सकते हो, यहाँ पे आप टाइमलाइन जरा देखिए. 1768 से 1830, this was the timeline where Fourier was available. 1805 से लेकर 1859 ये टाइम पीरियड था. एक जर्मन मैथमेटिशियन आ जाता है, उसका नाम है, बहुत बड़ा नाम है उसका, हिज नेम इज जोहान पीटर गुस्ताव लिजेंड डिरिक्लेट. फाइन, मेरे लिए मेन काम का क्या है, डिरिक्लेट. फाइन, यू शुड नो दिस नेम, लाइक जोहान पीटर गुस्ताव लिजेंड, जर्मन मैथमेटिशियन, 1805 1859, just after, just at the time of retirement of Fourier, you can say like that way, because obviously 1768 से 1830 he died, like a retirement phase आप बोल सकते हो. At that time this was like maybe in in his adolescent period, वो टाइम पे एडोलेसेंट पीरियड में, तो वो बात आप समझ सकते हो. मतलब फूरियर ऑलरेडी चीजें आ चुकी थी मार्केट में, पेपर पब्लिश हो चुका था. ओके, जब थिंग्स वर इन द इंटरनेशनल रिसर्च फोरम, व्हाट इज फूरियर सीरीज. एंड आफ्टर दैट अ जर्मन मैथमेटिशियन डिरिक्लेट, he came up and gave 3 conditions. If these 3 conditions are satisfied, then only this estimation is possible. क्या बोलते हैं डिक्लेट? डिक्लेट ये बोलता है कि आपको ये 3 कंडीशन को सेटिस्फाई करना पड़ेगा. कौन से 3 कंडीशन को, मतलब कहने का उसका ये है, जैसे आपने कहा कि ये वाला वेवफॉर्म, ये वाला वेवफॉर्म, ये वाला वेवफॉर्म, ये ऐसा अतरंगी वाला वेवफॉर्म, इसको अगर मुझे साइन कॉस में अगर मुझे रिप्रेजेंट करके दिखाना है, तो उसके लिए आपको पहले ये 3 कंडीशंस को आपको फॉलो करना होगा. अगर 3 कंडीशंस अगर सेटिस्फाई हो जाती है, इफ 3 कंडीशंस आर सेटिस्फाइड, देन फूरियर सीरीज इज पॉसिबल, अदरवाइज नॉट. देखते हैं भाई क्या बोलता है. कंडीशन नंबर 1, सिग्नल शुड हैव फाइनाइट नंबर ऑफ मैक्सिमा एंड मिनिमा ओवर द रेंज ऑफ टाइम पीरियड. वो क्या बोलता है कि सिग्नल जो है का जो टाइम पीरियड होगा, वो टाइम पीरियड में फाइनाइट मींस यू कैन काउंट द नंबर ऑफ मैक्सिमा एंड मिनिमा. Just have a look at this diagram. This is just simple a triangular wave. So here this corresponds to 0 and this corresponds to t0. Means this is the entire time period, right? Fine. Now in this time period 0 to 20, 0 to t0, don't you think this is minima? This is a minima. So can I say there are 2 minimas? I can count number of minimas. How many maxima is there? There is only 1 maxima, means I can count. So now you let me know, is Fourier series possible or not? Yes, it is possible. Why? Because it is having finite number of maxima and minima. I can count. For example, if I consider, if this is t0, this is 0, this will be t0 by 2, right? this will be 3t0 by 2. So don't you think between t0 by 2 and 3t0 by 2, which constitutes a time period, there exists two maxima and one minima? Again, I can count number of maxima and minima. So yes, Fourier series is very possible. Okay, but if I come over here, this is 0, for example, and this is t0. Can you count number of maxima? कैसे count करोगे आप इसको? Can you count number of minima? Can I say there are infinite number of maxima and minima? It is very difficult to count them. Fine. यहाँ पे थोड़ा इसको मैंने ऐसा बनाया, समझो अगर मैं इसको अगर ऐसे बना के दिखाता हूँ, like for example I have like this. पहला ऐसा है, then frequency increase. Sir, can you count how many maxima minima are there? Can you count, sir? No. Sir, आप बोलोगे this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. अरे sir, अभी क्या करूँ? Sir, I want a magnify glass. Not possible. You can't count because it is too closely, it is so closely arranged. Frequency इतना बढ़ते जा रहा है आगे चलते कि आप count ही नहीं कर पाते हो. So can I say here it is having infinite number of maxima and minima? The Fourier series is not possible. Okay, understood this? तो ये एक केस है, तो इसको आप Fourier series expand नहीं कर सकते. जैसे यहाँ पे मैंने कहा कि this is actually made up of number of sines and cosines with this is the formula. जैसे यहाँ पे आपने देखा कि this was I was having a square waveform, I was having a sawtooth waveform, and then by clicking on this video I got that किसी यहाँ पे square waveform मैंने ऐसे बनाया, sawtooth मैंने ऐसे बनाया, लेकिन आप इसको नहीं बना सकते. It is not possible because it is not satisfying condition number 1 given by de Rayleigh. Okay, is it clear to you? ये क्वेश्चन आपको एग्जाम में आ सकता है. This like a theory question you can expect. Okay, what are the conditions for the existence of the Fourier series? Condition number 1 is over. Coming to condition number 2, signal should have finite number of discontinuity over a range of time period. Signal should have a finite number of discontinuities over a range of time period. सर यहाँ पे अब देखिए क्या बोल रहा हूँ मैं, ये मेरे पास में 0 है, this is 0 and this is a time period t0. You have a 0 and a t0. Between 0 to t0, you have discontinuity number 1 because it is going from 0 to 1. That is the first discontinuity. Then you have a second discontinuity wherein the signal is going from 1 to 0, and you have third discontinuity as from 0 back to 1. Fine. So can I say I can count number of discontinuity like 1, 2, 3? So yes, Fourier series is very much possible. But if I take this example over here, can I count number of discontinuities over here? I can't count it because I can say यहाँ पर सर क्या हो रहा है कि here this is the width, this is the height. The width reduces, height also reduces. Width also reduces, height also reduces, width also reduces, height also reduces. It becomes very difficult at the end over here. I can't count here the discontinuities for the given time period from 0 up to t0. I can't count, so it is not possible because it's having infinite discontinuities. So Fourier series is not possible in this case. This completes condition number 2. Fine. Coming to condition number 3, the last condition. Signal should be continuously integrable. Signal should be continuously integrable over a range of time period. 11th के अंदर आपने पढ़ा होगा 11th maths 2, that is integration differentiation. वहाँ पे आपने सुना होगा what is basically integration. Integration is nothing but area under a curve. Integration is area under a curve. तो अगर मैं समझो ये कहता हूँ आपको कि find the integration for this waveform over a given time period. So I say this is 0, this is 0, this is 0, this is t0. So 0 to t0 correspond to time, 0 to t0 correspond to time. And if I want to compute the integration is nothing but area. So can I say here the width is also 0. The width is 0. Sorry, here you have the width as t0 by 2. Here the width is t0 by 2. Fine. And the height is, here the height is 0. So here the area is 0. You have only area available over here. Okay. You have area only available in this portion. Here the area is 0. Here the area will be length into breadth. So here length is t0 by 2 and the breadth is a. So I can say a t0 by 2. Understood how I got the integration? Simple, sir. Area under a curve is integration. So I can see here in this waveform there are two parts. Part number 1 is from 0 to t0 by 2 and part number 2 is from t0 by 2 till t0. So from 0 to t0 by 2, I have the area as 0, and from t0 by 2 till t0, I have the area as a, that is the height multiplied by the width or the breadth of it, I get this as a into t0 by 2. The area under a curve, I get a t0 by 2. So I can compute the area, and area is a finite number, a finite value. Yes, Fourier series is very much possible. If you take this example, sir, can it integrate it? No. Why? Because if I try to integrate from minus infinitive up to plus infinitive, this is actually a waveform of a tan. Fine. Do you know that tan 90 is what? What is tan 90? Is infinitive. What is tan 90? Sin 90 upon cos 90. Sin 90 will be 1, cos 90 will be 0, 1 upon 0 will tend to infinitive. Same case is applicable if I have tan of minus pi by 2. Again, it will give me infinitive. Means when I'm traversing from minus infinitive to plus infinitive, a point where I get minus pi by 2 or plus pi by 2, my integration will tend to infinitive. And you know very well, infinitive plus 2 is will be infinitive. Infinitive plus 4 will be infinitive. Infinitive plus 5 will be infinitive. Means even if you add a finite number to an infinite number, the resultant will be infinitive. I can say here, since the integration is infinite in nature, Fourier series is not possible. So this talked about the third condition for decorrelate, that is, I cannot have a Fourier series for this particular case. So these are the three conditions which we have to understand, like where and when I can plot or I can have this Fourier series expansion, provided the decorrelate conditions are satisfied. Is it clear to you? Any questions? You can ask me and stop me there itself. Coming to the types of Fourier, yes. Any question?
Sir, in Fourier series, all these three conditions have to be met. Or
Yes.
either any one is satisfied.
All have to be
Okay.
maintained.
Okay, sir.
तभी तो हमें conditions दिया है ना, it is plural form. Conditions for existence. Yeah, all these condition has to be satisfied.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
एक काम
also,
एक सेकंड ना केशव, एक सेकंड प्लीज मुझे एक चीज बता. Like for example, suppose if I talk about this waveform, okay, where you told Fourier series is possible. मैंने यहाँ पे ये सेंटेंस यूज किया ना कि for this waveform Fourier series is possible. Now for this waveform you apply condition number 2, you apply condition number 3. Okay, is it not 2 and 3 satisfying if 1 is satisfied? If I talk about this, don't you think condition number 1 and 3 satisfies if 2 is satisfying? If I talk about condition number 3, don't you think 1 and 2 will satisfy? It has to.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Fine.
sir.
Okay. Keshav, coming to your question, beta, what is your doubt?
सर जो आपने एक सेकंड पॉइंट में शायद जो मिनिमा एंड मैक्सिमा बोला था, सो उसमें सर वो जो मिनिमा एंड मैक्सिमा है, बाय दैट डू वी मीन दैट ये क्रेस्ट और थ्रो हर सिग्नल का मतलब एब्सोल्यूट मैक्सिमा मिनिमा या लोकल मैक्सिमा मिनिमा बोल रहे थे आप?
It can be crest or trough. I mean to select the highest point attained or the lowest point attained by that waveform. That's what we call it as the condition number 1. Fine. यहाँ पे
Okay,
वो
sir.
नहीं हो रहा है, इधर वो नहीं हो पा रहा है वो.
सर बिकॉज आपने फिर एक वेवफॉर्म ऐसा बताया था जिसमें एक लाइक सिग्नल है, उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी बढ़ रही है ओवर टाइम, बट उसका एम्पलीट्यूड धीरे धीरे कम हो गया.
Okay.
तो सर इन दैट केस तो फिर अपने को पता है कि मैक्सिमा क्या है और मिनिमा क्या है, मतलब कितना मैक्स जाएगी वैल्यू और कितना मिनिमम रहेगी वैल्यू.
Okay.
तो
Fine.
सर
Fine.
वो क्यों वायलेट, उसने क्यों वायलेट करना है?
हाँ, जैसा आप इसकी बात कर रहे हो ना, यहाँ पे you're talking about this case, right?
यस सर.
तो यहाँ पे कैसा है कि can you count? I'm talking about count. You have to count number of maximum minima. You have to count number. आपको ये नहीं बोलना है कि maximum value is 5 volt and minimum value is 0 volt. No, you're supposed to count the number. Okay, now there are 2 maxima, there is 1 minima, there are 2 minimas, 1 maxima. Can you count here? यहाँ पे फिर भी आप थोड़ा काउंट कर पा रहे, बिकॉज मेरा डायग्राम इतना क्लियरली नहीं बन पाया है, लेकिन अगर आप यहाँ पे देखते हो, कैन यू काउंट हियर सर?
हाँ.
यू कांट
Okay,
काउंट
sir.
नंबर ऑफ मैक्सिमम मिनिमा. यस यू विल से देखिए सर यहाँ पे इट इज 5 वोल्ट और ये धीरे धीरे कम से कम 2 वोल्ट तक जा रहा है. दैट इज ओके. आई एम टॉकिंग द नंबर यू कांट काउंट. You can't count number of stars. It is infinite in nature.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Okay, beta. Any doubt you have, please ask and clear it. The more you ask the doubt, the more things will be understandable to you.
Sir, I had just one question.
Yes, beta. बोलिए.
Is there a one condition like a shortcut that we can use कि अगर ये एक condition satisfy हो गया मतलब बाकी दोनों by default हो जाएंगे, like, ऐसा
Yes,
कुछ है
you
कि
can.
नहीं?
ऐसे वो भी आप थोड़ा यूज कर सकते हो, बट मेक श्योर कि डोंट कम टू कंक्लूजन बिकॉज फर्स्ट कंडीशन satisfied. If you have time, go through all the remaining two conditions as well, so that you get a full proof check. Okay, yes, I am satisfied that it is going to follow. It's like
Okay,
that.
but estimation first से हम लोग को आ जाएगा कि लगता
Yes,
है कि
yes. But in the exam, you have to write all three. Like for example, if you come across a question, a condition for existence, you should be able to answer all this. Okay.
Okay, so thank you.
On the lecture of Friday, we'll be starting with the types of Fourier series. So there are three types: trigonometric, sometimes also known as quadrature; complex, sometimes also known as exponential; polar, sometimes also known as harmonic. Fourier series. This will be starting in the next Friday's lecture. Anyways, I have shared with you yesterday the assignment for all the three topics, that is Fourier series, as well as the Laplace, as well as the systems. Kindly go through that. You just have to solve any two questions out of the given 5 questions. I'm not here to burden anyone. कह रहे यार 5 question दिया है सर ने, कैसे करना है? You have to solve any 2 questions of your choice out of the given 5. So 2 3s are 6. That you have to solve and submit by after a month. एक month का आपको time दिया जा रहा है. 9th April तक आपको submit करना. 9th April is Friday and Thursday is 8th April. So by Thursday or Friday you have to submit in the respective folder. That's what you have to do. Okay. But at the time of Viva, I'll be asking any question out of those given 5, or can be question asked out of the assignment questions as well. तो वहां पे ये नहीं बोलने का सर मैंने तो खाली ये तीसरा और पांचवा किया है, तो हाउ कैन यू आस्क अ क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम अदर पार्ट? यू आस्क क्वेश्चन ओनली व्हाट आई डन हियर. So while Viva, any question can be asked, but on paper you have to solve any 2 questions. I hope the things are clear to you. I just want to ease your work. I'm not that person to give a burden. कह रहे यार इतना सारा कौन लिखते बैठेगा, क्या है पेन वेस्ट पेपर वेस्ट? नहीं, I'm not here to spoil your eardrum. I'm not here to spoil your time and your ink and your paper. I value those products. Fine. So with this note, I end with the session. Thank you all of you. Thank you for being a patient listeners.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you,
Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Start working on your article. Your date is approaching.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome, beta. Take care.